Hi, I'm Varun Haran. I'm Senior Editor with Information Security Media Group. I have the pleasure of speaking with Adi Ashkenazy, who is the Vice President of Products for XM Cyber. And we're going to be talking about AI. What is happening with AI, what are the different use cases, and something very interesting. Are the bad guys ever going to use AI, and if so, what will they do with it? Hi Adi, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So Adi, there's a lot of buzz around what AI can do and can't do. Uh, what is the reality on the ground? What's the truth about AI?
So if we're looking at the defensive security stack for a second, I know there's a lot of hype and there's a lot of marketing buzz around it. And I do think there's a lot of potential in AI, like there was in any new kind of technology that was introduced and used in defensive security. But I think that it's important also to note that this is not a silver bullet. Every new technology that comes into the market comes with the promise of, this is going to be the one to beat them all. But I think it's really important to remember that hackers are, entities that are rational, usually smart, and adapt well to technologies, and they're going to do everything they can to survive. And I'm going to put my money on the hackers. They will survive and they will succeed to overcome AI.
So, that brings me, that's a good opportunity for me to segue into this question, is are hackers really worried about AI right now? Does it bother them?
So again, hackers are really, really practical in their approach. And I don't want to say that they're lazy. I think it's more about practicality. They will wait until a security control really bothers them before they will devise countermeasures for it. Right? So if you have this amazing new technology as a vendor and you think you're going to change the world, that's great. But until I, as a hacker, am encountering you in different kinds of targets, I won't care because that's not a real problem for me at that point.
Sure.
I will wait till the tipping point where it's ubiquitous enough for me to start worrying about it, at which point I will devise a countermeasure for it.
Right. So right now what you're saying is there's so much low-hanging fruit, there's so many vulnerabilities that the hackers don't really need to worry about going to the level of countering AI. They can just get into your system through other channels.
Yeah. There's some market penetration for AI-enabled security controls, and we have also to remember that not all the security controls that claim to have very advanced AI actually have that. So there is some, there is some level in which hackers are thinking about AI, but it's really not a main concern yet.
When will hackers actually start worrying about AI, and is there a possibility that they themselves, the bad guys, will start using AI against organizations?
Well, being the practical entities that they are, I think that hackers will use AI when it makes sense. So if we're going, a few months or a few years forward, and AI becomes a real problem for hackers, will probably use the same kind of technology against the security controls themselves. So if we're talking, for example, about a security control that may be using a machine learning model to understand what constitutes normal in a network, well, as a hacker, I can reverse engineer the model and kind of wait for something to be normal before I actually do it in a network. So if this fits into a model of an automated hacking machine, I could wait for things to be normal for the surrounding in which I'm working on, using the same kind of models the security controls are working with before I do something. So what I'm saying is that hackers can actually use AI to counter AI by creating this kind of safety belt built on the same kind of technology that the security controls are using themselves.
Sure, and I think that's a really dangerous situation to be in, because things like sophisticated technologies and tools like AI and ML, you're essentially automating a lot of the human element. And it comes with an element of trust. You need to trust the machine to do what needs to be done. And when that trust gets reverse engineered by a hacker, that's something that you have no control over, that situation.
Yeah, and I think also, before we go to that future where hackers are fully automating their attacks and using automated AI and those kind of things, you can attack the very basic notion of AI and security control. So if I'm still manually operating some kind of malicious campaign, I understand that I have to work, for example, normally, not to trigger any kind of security control. So we'll just wait, observe, see how people are using the network normally before I run around and start doing noisy stuff. So I will try to blend with the noise once I understand the concept of how security controls with AI work, before even having an automated aspect of my own as a hacker.
So what's in store for AI this year, 2018, 2019? What new innovation do you think, what new use case do you think is going to come out?
So on the offensive side, I honestly think we're not going to see anything super interesting. In that respect, not yet. I don't think there's enough market penetration for that to happen. I think we will see more and more automation for hacking. There's a lot of automation already going on. With hacking, I think it's still going to be a year where the focus is going to be on basic automation of different tasks during an attack.
Sure. So I think, like you said, the economics are not conducive to it right now for bad guys to use AI. But do you think in the near future we might be looking at some kind of a commoditized AI attack service like you have with ransomware and other things right now?
Yeah, I mean, if we're taking this just a few more years forward, I believe eventually there will be fully automated hacking machines available for hire. We'll just select a target and everything will be automated. Still a long way to go to that future, a good few years to that part. But it's not going to be built in a day. It's not going to be a monolithic machine. We're going to start seeing modules, taking care of better AI-infused initial breach and AI-infused lateral movement and those safety modules I was discussing earlier. So I think they're going to be built one after the other till eventually we have something that looks like a real automated hacking machine. I'm sure that we will get to see that day.
That's really interesting. I mean, it's crazy, it's scary and exciting at the same time. It's like Mad Max. Yeah. But thanks so much, Adi. Thanks for that insight.
Thank you for having me.
So that was Adi Ashkenazy, who is Vice President of Products at XM Cyber. For ISMG, this is Varun Aran. Thanks for watching.